Hello students, welcome to the science class. Today's portion, lesson number 9, light and sound. Lesson number 9, light and sound. Then we can see different and colorful objects around us. Because of, what's the reason? Because of light. Light help us to see, and at the same time it all forms shadows also. At the same time it forms shadows also. Then first one is light and shadow. Light and shadow. The earth has its natural light. Natural source of light. The earth has its natural source of light, the sun. Okay, the earth has its natural source of light, the sun. The objects are classified into two, that are luminous object and non-luminous objects. First one is luminous object. What are luminous object? The object that give us light. Okay, the object that give us light are known as luminous object. The object that give us light are known as luminous object. For example, bulb, that candle, torch. These are some examples for luminous object. Okay, the object that give us light are known as luminous object. For example, light, torch, candles. These are some examples for luminous objects. Then second one is non-luminous objects. Non-luminous objects means that do not emit light. The object that do not emit light are known as non-luminous objects. For example, this table, textbook, that type of thing do not emit light. So that type of objects are known as non-luminous objects. Table, book. And these are some examples for non-luminous object. Next one is light. How does light travel? How does light travel? Light travel in a straight line. Okay, light always travels in a straight line. 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 Then when an object block light, light travels in a straight line. When an object block light, a dark shape is formed on a surface. Okay. That dark shape is known as shadows. That dark shape is known as shadows. That dark shape is known as shadows. Then next one is the shadows formed by the sun. That morning and evening time the shadows are longest. Okay, the morning and evening time the shadows are longest, and the afternoon time the shadows are shortest. Okay, the morning and evening time the shadows are longest, and they are shortest in the afternoon. Okay, then dark shape is formed on the surface. That dark shape is known as shadows. Then shadows formed by the sun are longest during morning and evening hours. That is shortest. The shadow is shortest at the afternoon times. Okay, the size of the shadow also depends on how close an object is to the source of light. If the object is close to the light source, the shadow is large. The object is close to the close to the light source. The object is close to the light source. The shadow is large. Shadow is large. And the object is close to the light source. The shadow is large. Then the object is far from the light source. The shadow is small. Okay. If the object is far from the light source, the shadow is small. Then three types of objects: opaque objects, translucent object, and transparent object. Then opaque object, translucent object, and transparent object. First one is opaque object. What are the specialities of opaque object? They do not allow any light to pass through them. Okay, they do not allow any light to pass through them. Opaque object, that objects do not allow any light to pass through them. For example, this textbook, then wooden tables are some examples for opaque objects. Okay, then opaque objects means that objects do not allow any light to pass through them. Second one is translucent object. What are the specialities of translucent object? That type of object allow some light to pass through them. Okay, that type of object allow some light to pass through them. For example, some plastic, then dirty water, some colored glass. That are some examples for translucent objects. Then third one is transparent object. Then what are the specialities of transparent object? That transparent objects allow light to pass through them completely. Okay, allow light to pass through them completely. Allow light pass through them completely. Okay, then transparent objects allow light to pass through them completely. For example, that clear glass, then a clear plastic bottle. These are some examples for transparent object. Then three types of object: opaque object, translucent object, and transparent object. Then opaque object do not allow any light to pass through them. Then wooden table, the chairs, textbook, some examples for opaque object. Then translucent object. Translucent objects means the object allows some light to pass through them. Then for example, some plastic, then colored glass, dirty water. These are some examples for translucent object. Then transparent objects means that objects allow light pass through them completely. Okay, examples, that clear plastic bottle, then clear glass, that are transparent. Okay, thank you.